for a little touch from David Beckham. Not bad, eh? Gary Neville goes for a long one towards Cole. And here is Cole. Oh, he's done superbly! Oh! Sheer quality from Andy Cole. Andy Cole with a delightful chip. It'll be a free kick. Froggatt giving it away. It's in a very promising position for Manchester United. Beckham floated in. It's Andy Cole again. It's 2-0. And Manchester United are still the ones to catch in the title race. McAllister takes over. Froggatt. Froggatt to Eustace. And it comes to Roussel! And Coventry fight back. It's Cedric Roussel. And Eustace denied by Stan's tackle, but it went straight to Roussel, who is not missing at the moment. Sheringham rising. Scholes! Headman flat-footed. And Paul Scholes puts Manchester United back in the comfort zone. And Headman seemed to slip then. Half expecting it to go the other way. Gustafsson. Palmer. Has put Roussel in here. Oh, he's got another one. And again, it was tremendously taken by Cedric Roussel. One goal in a decade of coming to Old Trafford. Has now scored 2 in one game.
It's been a good day. It's just a bit disappointed with our own performance. I thought we were fortunate to win 3-2. Although there were moments which would produce absolute marvellous football at times. But we're careless a lot of the time. Coventry worked very, very hard, and they can maybe consider themselves a bit unfortunate.
I felt that we deserved something. We've come here before, actually, and it's hit the bar, and I've had 20 chances, and the goalkeeper's been magnificent, and you get away with 2-0. So I'm disappointed for them, but I'm happy in the way they stood up to the test and played, and we kept to the shape. We've not had time to work too much in it because of so many injuries. So I'm very, very happy with him.
Cole, his first goal was world-class, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I thought his 2 goals were excellently taken. His first goal certainly was really total class.
People might have expected Leeds maybe to slip up today. It was a tricky one for them, but perhaps not Arsenal, and you're 6 points clear now.
Yeah, as you say, it's been a good day for us. But we know that complacency can cost you. We just hope that we can keep everyone fit, keep a good squad available, and with a chance. This has been a good day for us.
Well, for the
Sometimes entire seasons revolve around one moment of brilliance or instinctiveness. Was that it? Dean Winder's free kick beat an Arsenal defence who weren't entirely ready, but no amount of preparation could have helped Bradford just 3 minutes later. Hard to think now that Thierry Henry had such a poor start to his Arsenal career. But then, not even he can get it right all the time. Another crucial moment on a crucial afternoon. For all the millions of pounds worth of talent on show, it was 2 men who cost nothing who turned the game. Aidan Davison on loan from Sheffield United, where he can't get in the side, denied Freddie Ljungberg, before Dean Saunders, who arrived on a free transfer, won the match. Only his third Premiership goal this season, but Bradford have won all 3 of those games. When Double Shuka's header didn't go in, it meant Arsenal's first defeat here for 80 years, but it was much more significant than that.
Well, Aston, that is a result that does end your title hopes? title hopes, yes.
For Bradford to beat Arsenal in the Premier League is unbelievable, and a lot of people deserve a lot of credit, and the players and the supporters and the chairman, everybody involved. Tonight is to them, but you know, we've still got an awful lot of football to be played. Nothing's decided yet.
I think we have to be realistic. We'll fight, of course, for every point, and still believe that we will. I still believe we'll do the maximum to come back, but at the moment, after the defeat today, it might be too much.
Chelsea had the better of an untidy first half at White Hart Lane, and they might have taken the lead after 10 minutes. Neat set-up play from George Weah gave Chris Sutton an opportunity, and he really should have given Ian Walker something more to think about. The only goal came 6 minutes after the break. While Spurs were still organising their defence, Dennis Wise clipped the ball forward for Bernard Lambourg to lift the ball over Walker for his second goal of the season. Gary Lineker scored the last time Spurs beat Chelsea back in 1990, and how they could have done with someone of his goal-scoring ability against a solid Blues back four. The frustration was plain to see. The home side did press forward in search of an equaliser without ever looking convincing. Top scorer Stefan Everson both hit the bar and forced Chelsea keeper Ed Zahoy to make an unconventional save. But David Ginola's scuffed follow-up typified Tottenham's performance, and Chelsea were able to celebrate a 10th unbeaten game in League and Cup.
I'm very delighted with the way we performed this afternoon, and we're having a good run, so it's just a matter now to keep it going.
Graham Taylor was back on familiar ground, but for Watford, it was an all-too-familiar story. After being frustrated in the first 45, Villa asserted themselves in the second half with some fantastic finishes. Steve Stone's only previous goal for Villa was against Manchester United in the Worthington Cup. This was his first league goal of the season. Now, Paul Merson's had his fair share of highs and lows in life. This was one of the real highs. Merson was stand-in skipper in the absence of Gareth Southgate and clearly loving every minute. A sumptuous goal of the very highest calibre as Villa began to run riot. 2 minutes later, another moment of Merson magic, mesmerising Watford's now transfixed defence. And Villa extending their unbeaten Premiership run to 7 matches. Minutes from time, the victory was complete. 22-year-old Richard Walker netting his first goal for Villa. On this form, Europe's still a very achievable target. But Watford look doomed. They're now 10 points adrift of the safety zone. Aston Villa 4, Watford 0.
We went in at half-time 0-0, a nothing game really, and therefore as the visiting side in the position that we were in, we've got to be relatively pleased. More so, I think, than Villa. But when they came out and their finishing in that first 13 minutes killed the game off.
0-0 at half-time. It wasn't particularly pretty or spectacular in the first half, but we turned on a little bit of style in the second half, and mainly that was down to Merson's 2 outstanding goals. He was quite magnificent today.
Leicester's League Cup love affair began 3 years ago when they won the trophy against Middlesbrough. Having reached their third Wembley final in 4 seasons this week, fears of a Filbert Street hangover were quickly dispelled when Borough's Keith O'Neill gifted the opener on 67 seconds. Leicester secured their first Premiership win since November with a goal from Andy Impey, although it was another unfortunate blunder by Borough keeper Mark Schwarzer. For the Leicester wing-back, just his second of the season. Middlesbrough's hopes of a comeback were raised by the exciting young striker Andy Campbell, who produced a stunning piece of individual skill. It was only Borough's second goal since Christmas, and now with just 1 point from a possible 15, this 2-1 defeat to Leicester leaves Brian Robson very much looking over his shoulder.
Yes, you've got to look over your shoulder because we're only 4 points away from the relegation zone. So nobody's kidding themselves that, you know, we knew that we were going into 3 tough away games. I'm disappointed to lose today's game the way we've lost it. you know, but yeah, we've got to look over our shoulders, but we've got 3 home games coming up, and now we've got to get the points at home.
So Brian Robson and Middlesbrough continue to wallow in the misery. The weekend action wrapped up at Selhurst Park in Wimbledon, where the Dons look to overtake Walter Smith's Everton club. This was the Sunday match, and the players came out onto the pitch. A windy day in South London. Egil Olsen doesn't look happy, but he's got a nice full head of hair, and that's always important. Ready for kickoff. The referee blows the whistle, and we are underway. Everton attempt here. Mark Pembridge crossing in off the corner. Neil Sullivan bobbles it, does a juggling act, almost pulled a Taibbi, and it almost went into the net. The referee said no goal here, but let's take another look. From this angle, a horrible play by Sullivan, but it's hard to tell if the ball crossed the line or not. But we've got another angle to show you. And from this one, watch the ball. It does cross the line. That is a goal. But as we said, didn't count in the referee's mind. Then the ball played into Richard Goff. He lays it off for Joe Max Moore. The American with the shot. That goes a bit wide, but Joe Max would figure into this one nicely. He plays a lovely ball through to Kevin Campbell, and Campbell is online. Wait a minute. It was just a bit late. The replay shows Campbell was clearly offsides, so we still have no score. Everton just attacking, though, because the Wimbledon defense was brutal. David Unsworth swings it into back post for Danny Catamartri for an open header. Oh, Neil Sullivan made the save right there. Now to the second half. Wimbledon finally into the action. Kenny Cunningham, a long cross to Jason Ewell, tries to get into Carl Court. The Court shot was cleared inside the 6-yard box. 53rd minute. Catamartri playing the ball in the box. Kevin Campbell gets to it with his head before Sullivan could knock it away. And we've got goaling. 1-0. Terrible play by Sullivan. Didn't get a piece of it as Campbell got it into the net. Everton again attacking. Catamartri for Joe Max Moore. Gets a head on it, but Sullivan stops it there. Just a few minutes later, Everton, they planned for this Wimbledon defense. Catamartri again to Campbell. And again, we've got a goal for Walter Smith's side. No one there for Wimbledon. Their zonal defense. Awful. And it's 2-0. Just a couple of minutes later, Kevin Campbell taking the ball into the near post, sliding to Joe Max Moore. What a day for Kevin Campbell. 2 goals, 1 assist for Joe Max, his second Premier League goal, and it is 3-0. Wimbledon with a late attempt. Alan Kimball serving it into Trent Anderson. But Thomas Mira saves it. Walter Smith and his club got the victory. So Wimbledon loses at home for the first